If there's someone here who's working on your behalf and here to save your life, save the vision that God gave you, save your family members, save your finances, whatever it is, any kind of a stronghold the enemy has built around you, they can pull it down because your weapons are mighty. And I remember the Father, I didn't get that right away, but I remember the Father showed me these angels. They were 90 foot tall, and there was a whole bunch of them on this hill near Michael's headquarters in heaven, and they were going to leave on an assignment down to the atmosphere over the earth. The Father was sending them to fight over a region. It wasn't just a person. Sometimes there's strongholds that try to build in a region, and then people come in agreement and declare over their region. Is so powerful. The prayer of agreement is still one of the most powerful prayers you can get. And when you stand and declare and decree that the enemy's not going to have your atmosphere, he's not going to control the people that you bless and that serve, you know, whatever they do, or they live, or your friends or your family, you have a right to do something about it. And when you come in agreement, begin to say, I declare and decree that the enemy will no longer be in this atmosphere, attack in this atmosphere, hinder or harass in this atmosphere. And I ask for the host of heaven to come now on our behalf to pull down the strongholds. Let me tell you, they will come, and the Father will send them over a whole region, and they have huge battles in that atmosphere, the spiritual atmosphere over the area. And if I'm in the area, I can actually hear swords clanging, and they actually do fight with light. They fight, the host of heaven fight with light, they fight with fire, they fight with lightning. They have all kinds of things that they fight with when they war. Some of them, you always picture them like the Roman armies. Well, let me tell you, even their swords, most of them don't look normal. They still have the fire coming from them or lightning coming from them. They're very powerfully, not just they're powerfully made, but their weapons are powerful. But he showed me this on purpose one time. He said, look at these hosts. I'm about to send them on an assignment to war over this region on the earth. And they all stood on this hill. There was a lot of them. And all of a sudden, it was like light came on them, and they became a ship. They looked like they were made out of some kind of a silver, metallic, material. I can't tell you what it is, but they look just like what you call like a spaceship or something, long, slender, and they all took off just like that, into the spirit realm, down to where the battle was. And then he caught me up and took me where they were. And I have to understand, in the spirit realm, there's lands, there's waters that you don't see with your eyes, but they're there, and they have battles on spiritual mountains and spiritual hills and stuff like that. And so when they came and they landed in formation on this hill that was a spiritual place in the atmosphere, when they landed, they transformed again from those ships into a weapon. They didn't look like their original appearance when they turned into the ships. They didn't look like their original appearance when they began to go in war against the enemy. And I was looking at them, I said, but they've changed. They've changed. He said, those are transforming angels. And I said, but my natural mind is trying to conceive that sometimes. I'm like, but they don't all have arms, and they're not carrying weapons. And he said, they don't need weapons. They are the weapon. And when that battle was over, which they won, because believers came into agreement for the same vision and purpose, and they went back to the same hill, stood there, transformed from the weapon to the ship, took off, went back up to heaven, to Michael's headquarters, and they stood on that same hill, and they transformed back to the way they originally looked. And that's where the whole idea for Transformers came from. Because most of the things we see, a lot of them down here on the earth, are just things that are in heaven, but they're shown in a different way on the earth. Amen? And so these were powerfully built angels, and they are very focused. They are fierce in their desire to protect us because the Father wants it. The Father has purposed it. He's made them available for us. And so you really, if you're going to live heaven culture, you have to recognize there's another whole part of our team that we don't even say anything about. And I know this might sound totally strange to you. Get used to it, because you're going to start seeing it happen. When you begin to see these things happen in the earth, you're going to see some of the hosts working with believers. When they're on a platform declaring a decree and taking authority over the enemy that is present, you will literally see hosts of heaven come in and pull down strongholds over people. God is going to reveal it in the earth.